have a voice, and I'm here like on a trip with my children, and my own community didn't want to help me to get my children, and it just it showed to me at the time when I really needed leadership to be there for me, just how dysfunctional things can get when it comes to child welfare. I invest my life as a mom in my interactions with the Child Welfare Agency and Native Child and Family Services of Toronto. It's a $30 million plus company, and they've been in existence for 10 or so years. They got their mandate from the province in 2004, so that was around the time when I became involved with that agency. So I've seen a lot of how the destruction of a provincially mandated agency has impacted the First Nation, Inuit, and Métis community within Toronto, which is one of the largest cities in our country. So I just want to say that it is important for all of us to exude characteristics and attributes that would make our ancestors proud. And when I'm speaking, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to attack people. I'm saying this because, I just asked a question, and there's nothing wrong with asking a question. And when there's something of that much of a gravity of that has been signed, then all of the people have to answer to the title holders as well. And there's no shame that is to come from as a backlash. And I feel like the efforts to silence me is unnecessary, because if it was truly for the people, this agreement, then there would be no issue in a question that I asked. I pose it in a different way. Why was the agreement signed? Why did the 7 chiefs feel it necessary to sign it?
What I could suggest when we have our emergency meeting, that the chiefs from the table can make a presentation as well. Yeah. I'll be making a presentation at the people's meeting, and just to explain that. I'm not sure the dates.
Pardon me? I will be reporting my community why I signed.
Yeah. Well, there will be a people's meeting, and hopefully people can come together, as Fred was saying, and we need to come together and say we are. That is one step. The other step is the NSDQ treaty. The other one is mostly overarching it is the new federal rights-based policy. That's where I want to get to explain how it impacts everything, and how we're going to be able to have a unified voice about the issue of these, what's impacting us with the comprehensive claims and the inherent right to self-government and the new federal rights-based policies they'll be imposing. And that's in June, and those agreements are effective. I'll explain that more. And if I have to go community to community, I will, but I'm also being asked to go across Canada to explain that as well, because there's a lot of things happening right now. There is an emergency AFN special chiefs meeting on May 1st and 2nd as well. So emergency meeting.
In regards to the 7 communities that signed, it's very easily to deflect and to indicate that there are 7 specific communities. However, in reference to the very sacred memorial that our ancestors made, that was done on behalf of the whole Secwépemc Nation, so it shouldn't be used in terms of this implementation of the reconciliation framework. It's wrong to utilize that. Additionally, when I came in here with my children, my middle son is at the hotel right now. He's not feeling well. And when I came in here, I did not. I knew that there was an honorary ceremony, but I didn't feel welcome. It was just the reality. I just didn't feel welcome. There was a member from SNTC that saw me and You know, I was in the crowd and this individual knew that my experience that I shared with him at Oppenheimer Park, and it's really disconcerting to see that type of behavior, considering that, you know, in terms of the portfolio and the recent addition to administrative assistance for the carry out of the agreements of the MOU that was signed in July of 2018, to treat a mother like that, you know, went to the highest extent and exerted our sovereignty using our laws. I feel it's like a slap in my face. And so is it how we are going to be able to even get to a point in place where we're going to be able to even talk about getting our children back. It would have been beautiful if all of our children could be in this room right now. When is this going to happen? And I know from speaking with you that there's going to be a working group. I understand this is going to a working group. I mean, the faster the better to be able to get our children out of foster group and residential group homes. I'm not sure the exact number. I did see some figures. Even one away from the community is wrong. And where are the children? In non-native Secwépemc homes? Are they out of province? Are they okay? So exertion of sovereignty, I'm saying if I can do that on my own, then I'm sure that there can be made a way for the chiefs to be able to expedite this process to ensure that all of our babies and children come home as soon as possible. And if the families are unhealthy, how can we support them and put them in a better position so that they do have a nice house and they do have food in their fridge, and that they have support from their aunties and from elders that go and do home visits, because we shouldn't be dealing with provincial child welfare agencies. I just wish the best for our nation, and I hope that there can be some real thought in terms of this agreement so that we don't end up in a situation where we're having militarized police on our territories and we're under martial law. And that is to come with this UNDRIP. The UNDRIP is illegal, and also a side note, to have non-Secwépemc people such as Russ Dablo speaking on behalf of our nations, and as well the predecessor to an individual that just left SNTC. It better not be a non-Secwépemc person, because that is going to bring shame to our whole nation. And there are people in very good positions that can have that title and can be able to work on the benefit of the people. Our laws are very sacred, and there are designated people that are to speak on it. And I didn't have connection to my community. However, I had to do what I had to do, and I spoke to the provincial judge, the children's lawyer, and I represented myself in the courtroom. And that's what the extent I had to do, because nobody wanted to support me, and because I don't have a status card, then I'm looked at as an outsider, which our ancestors didn't have status cards. Our ancestors made sure that we have our lands, and we have to protect them, because there's a huge encroachment, and with this UNDRIP, we're not going to be able to see the lands like we are now. It's very serious. Like, our nation is at war right now.
We need to wrap it up here, because
What do you mean we need to wrap it
We have to be
up?
out of this building by 3
Is this
o'clock.
not a concern?
We have to
And
be
I'm
out of
sorry,
the building at 3
what is
o'clock.
your
We
name?
could bring it to the emergency.
This is an emergency.
Well, no, enough.
This is an emergency where they want to put LNG and the lower First Nation bands from the coast. They're waiting on our consent and for things to go through so that they can extract. And this is our land.
Yeah.
And this
All I'm saying
is
is-
China.
all I'm saying
China
is-
wants
All
the
I'm
oil.
saying, if you can let me get a word in, all I'm saying is, can you wrap it up? Because we have to be out of this building by
It's
3
not
o'clock.
about wrapping up. It's about having
I
respect.
think we made some important points.
Everyone
And I
else
think-
spoke as long as they wanted to, so.
Why is it
No,
when
no,
I
that's
speak-
fine. We want everybody to have open communication, but everybody's wanting to come in, so we want them
I'm
to
not
have.
asking to make a
An open
decision.
mind and-
I'm putting it forward because we're all of the same nation and this is a concern.
Yeah.
And
Well,
we'll
that's
have
why
Do
I'm
we
saying.
want something like what happened in
hear you.
Wet'suwet'en where
We
we're
hear
having
you. All I'm
militarized
saying-
police, or are you
all
guys
I'm
just
saying
gonna
is,
sit
can you
back
wrap
and
it
watch
up?
and let it happen?
Yeah. Oh. Thank you, and I know that, you know, we need to come together as soon as we can, we'll be doing that. And I think what I'm hearing is everybody's leaving, the hall is pretty much empty now, and we're at the end of our circle. But could I say, since we had a lot of emotional things come up with the children, the land, the title, everything, and the proper title holders, can we close with a prayer quickly? I think that would be really important.